Disclaimer, I do not dislike CinemaSins, and that is not a lie. For my next Everything Wrong with CinemaSins video, I'm going to be seeing their video on Clueless. Enjoy, everyone.
Why does the person in the center back seat get all the room? This one is sitting on the wheel well. There's plenty of room to sit on the fucking seat. Then why is no one buckled in?
The last part I agree with, but from what I'm seeing, it does look like all three of them have a good amount of space and are all on the seats.
Okay, you're probably going, is this like an Oxima commercial or what?
Oh, Cher would be amazing at CinemaSins 17 years before it even existed.
Not sure I agree there, since she means that what we saw isn't what it looks like, and she's giving full context, so I wouldn't view it as a sin.
Also, Cher-ation.
And is that so we can get context on who Cher is and her lifestyle?
After Cher is done browsing, a button appears that says auto dress, but there's already a button that says dress me. What does the auto dress do? Does it put Cher on a conveyor belt and machines start putting clothes on her?
I think the auto dress button is intended to show on the screen how Cher would look with whatever outfit before she clicks dress me.
Did I show you the loped out Jeep Daddy got me?
Oh, she's talking directly to the viewer? Okay, interesting choice. Well, hello, I'm Jeremy from the future, and I just want to let you know that loped out never catches on, Cher.
Jeremy yells at the screen cliche.
I'm being forced to watch someone struggle to recover gum stuck to a fingernail? Ew.
Sure, that is gross, but you can also just look away from a movie scene that you don't like.
Ooh, Snickers.
Hold on a second. Is Cher supposedly in this teacher's lounge to witness this product placement? Or is this surveillance video? Or is this how she imagines the teacher's lounge?
I don't think this is her actually being in it. I think it's more so her looking, and this point of view is just to show it to us, the viewers.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. This Geist was right about you.
Thank God that Mr. Hall decided to do a tardy roll call today so that Cher could execute her matchmaking plan.
And is that because movies don't work without conveniences?
Earlier, Cher was able to argue her C in PE to a B, but now it's an A- for some reason.
Well, that comes from her being able to renegotiate her grades from persuading the teachers, and her dad is prouder of her for the persuasion.
What the absolute is Cindy Lou Who doing in this school?
But this movie had the hairstyle first, since it came out 5 years before the live-action Grinch movie.
Specials this week include school cafeteria sushi.
Pointing things out on the screen.
Hey, Brainiac.
Ugh, the dreaded X. Ty, this is Josh.
Why does Cher refer to her stepbrother as the dreaded X? Is she saying that he's her ex-stepbrother? Because that's some weird shit, yeah?
Yes, that is what she means, since he's the son of her dad's ex-wife and their brief time married.
In this scene, the characters fight about how to use a paper map, and this is a sin for reminding me that we once had to use paper maps that couldn't talk to you, zoom in on specific roads, tell you about gas station prices, or suggest food and lodging options. It was a dark time.
Well, this movie did come out in the 90s, which was a different time, so...
Oh, Jesus, Clueless is a Christmas movie.
I get that this is a joke, but I don't think only showing something Christmassy a little bit would automatically make it a Christmas movie, like Jumanji.
Ah, a time before smartphones when extras were given instruction to stand in the background, and the only thing they could think to do was look at their nails.
See Sin 17.
Hi.
You have a picture in your locker.
I have the picture you took in my locker.
Look, I know this movie is Jane Austen's Emma in 1995, but this is even more ridiculous than the thing that happens in the novel.
Wait, but aren't you the guy who says the books don't matter?
And anything you can do to draw attention to your mouth is good.
Cher is a virgin who doesn't date high school boys, and she didn't do any of this with Miss Geist or Ty, so how the f*** does she know what will attract guys to her? Besides, this movie has already proven that everyone wants her, so why does she have to go the extra mile at all? How can she be so clueless?
You answered yourself. Cher is clueless about the world around her, hence the movie being called Clueless.
The Mighty Mighty Boss Tones are awesome, and they just broke up. But it's absolutely amazing how many movies in this era glommed onto ska bands and swing bands and the like and just put them in the movie. This type of music will be popular forever, said Hollywood.
Sinning something you like.
I think this guy believes he's making a music video because he's staring directly into the camera.
Or maybe it's supposed to be a fourth wall break.
Ren and Stimpy is the second Paramount production they've shown in this movie. They showed Beavis and Butthead earlier. I'm fully expecting a 2-minute trailer for Virtuosity to randomly show up in the next 15 minutes.
And that doesn't happen in the movie, so...
There's far too much screaming in this scene.
Well, they've never been on the freeway, and freeways in LA can be pretty scary, so I'd say that all the screaming is understandable. Also, not removing a sin for the best scene in this movie.
Boy, considering how clueless she was, Ty certainly had that damsel in distress act down.
Act? Ty was being teeter-tottered on a balcony over a death drop by two strange guys. Jesus, Cher has been tolerable to a certain degree up until now, but this hard shift into being jealous of her friend because she has attention is either the reveal that Cher is actually the villain or a lazy attempt to introduce the third act conflict cliche.
Since you said third act conflict cliche there, I'll respond to it by playing Captain Bear's response to that in our Turning Red collab.
Wait, stop right there. Third act conflict cliche? What on earth are you talking about? Is there not a single third act that doesn't have conflict? Isn't that the whole point of a third act in every story? To resolve the conflict? What is this cliche? Please, explain this to me. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
This is one of my favorite nonsense moments in the movie, where the camera moves in on the table full of people listening to Ty's story, and these two girls stand aside so that the camera can fit in. In real life, there's no reason for them to stand aside at all, but they do it, and they do it with style.
Sitting something you like.
Everything I think and everything I do is wrong.
CinemaSins' philosophy about all movies and all filmmakers makes it into the script.
Not sure I agree with that, since there's a lot you get wrong about movies, hence the videos made by me, the Rare Band, Captivator, etc.
Every time that you see a telephone conversation that took place on September 3rd, highlight it.
Child labor.
Nah, it's more so a favor he's asking for her since he's her dad.
In this scene, Travis skateboards to music that can only be described as a preschool recorder being given CPR by a bagpipe, and I f***ing hate it.
But like I've said before, that's only your opinion, so I'll be giving out my award here. And here's the result, everybody. This in total was 36, and the sentence will be driving on the freeway. Thank you for watching, everybody, and have a nice day.